like 2 weeks removed from the Carmelo Anthony trial, and people are still making up narratives. And one thing I've come to believe is that if the roles were reversed and Austin had stabbed Carmelo and he died, no one would be making up the narratives and begging for a retrial. And that is the reason why I don't take any of your opinions serious.
Secret Service Sam here with the Carmelo Anthony update. Now, here's something interesting I saw a woman point out online. The videos that have been released are heavily doctored. She points out that the tent, her dad apparently owned a tent making factory or something. And she points out that she believes this tent was doctored to the point where there's different shades of yellow that you can see. She believes that it was doctored so much to not let you see the full view of what was actually happening under that tent. It is a revelation. It is not surprising, but you notice different shades by the benches. You notice even the black on the tent. It looks like they use like a coloring in grading tool, and it's a different color. So my question is, why are we not seeing the actual video? There is HD video, allegedly, that exists of this altercation, and why are we not being shown that? I have sent in my request to Collins County to get the official autopsy because, again, people were passing around one that was not real. It is so important to not spread misinformation. This is a tragic situation, but justice must be served.
Justice was served. And to be honest with you, he received a very lenient sentence for what he did. Let's keep going.
Carmelo Anthony was already suspended from school.
Shout out to my sister, Linda. Y'all make sure y'all go check out Linda B. Chat with me, Linda B.
When he appeared at that track meet on that fateful day, he was already suspended for having a weapon at school. He wasn't supposed to be at the track meet. Okay, remember, he wasn't supposed to be there April 2nd, 2025. If he was where he was supposed to have been, Austin Metcalf would still be alive. So clearly we have a pattern here, but you woke Black folks who don't listen to logic or reason going to actually believe that it was self-defense, when in the police report, it did not say anything about Carmelo saying he was jumped. He said he put his hands on me and I told him not to. Y'all just make up stuff. Bless your hearts. You are just so ridiculously delusional. Those of you who believe that Carmelo had to actually act in self-defense.
Yeah, she's absolutely right there.
See, when some of you Black get on this app and start running your damn mouth about civil war with white folks and beating up white folks and all types of bullshit like that, y'all gonna go around and find out. Y'all don't want to wake up that beast. Trust and believe me. Y'all don't want to around. What you should be worrying about is taking care of your community. You got immigrants sitting in them damn seats in politics, making decisions for you and your damn kids' future, and they don't even belong here. That's the real fight right there. See, that's the real fight, but y'all don't see that because you're locked on 1700 and the 1800. You're locked. You wasn't there. You was not there. I respect them more because at least they had ambitions and goals and dreams. Even in shackles, they invented shit. They couldn't even read and write, and they still invented shit to make our lives better. What the fuck y'all doing right now to make it better for the future of our Black kids? What? Teaching them to hate white folks about what happened in the 1700s? That's it? That's all you got? Now y'all gonna look around and y'all gonna find out. Now we got one Black girl already going to jail, beating up some white girl, talking about free Carmelo. Y'all gonna fuck around and y'all gonna let Carmelo Anthony get y'all up. And you know what? He don't give a about none of you. He don't give a fuck about none of y'all.
Nope.
Y'all praising this little boy like he's really gonna do something for our Black community, like he's gonna stop the Black crime, and like he's gonna get these immigrants out of seat and get these illegals out of our community. Y'all the problem. Y'all stay stuck on the 1600 if you want. Because these immigrants that got these seats, they're not thinking about what you thinking about. They thinking about conquering America. Something that y'all should be doing. But you don't want that. You just want to keep crying about what happened about some time that you wasn't even there.
Shout out to this sister here. Every time we highlight her on the show, she snaps, and she's absolutely right. That's what the Marxists do. That's what, those people that crafted the 1600 project, that's what they do. They want to keep you in a sense of victimhood, thinking about something that happened in the 16, 17, and 1800s, and even the early 1900s. They got nothing to do with you. Me, as someone that was born in 1979, like, man, every opportunity that is out there, I've been able to snatch up and take. And some, when I was younger, I ignored. Not because it wasn't there, it's just because I wasn't interested. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We got to check this clip out from Uncle D, Dennis Sperling, lawyer out of Texas. And he's been doing some good work, man. He's allowed people to call in. And you got so many people out there in their feelings when it comes to this daggone case, man. And they don't know the law, but you got a lot of armchair quarterbacks, a lot of armchair lawyers that know absolutely nothing when it comes to the law. And everybody knows that in the state of Texas, if you take this thing to trial, opposed to taking the plea, they're going to throw the book at your behind. And the crazy thing is that Karmelo Anthony didn't get the book thrown at him. He got 35 years with an opportunity to be out in 17 and a half. Now, I highly doubt that he's going to get out on that first time of parole, because most people don't get out their first time that they go up for parole. I have a friend, just being honest, full disclosure. I got a friend that's been in prison for 23 years on a similar situation, a self-defense case. But he was in the wrong. He knows he was wrong. And he's been up for parole twice, and they ain't let him go. Maybe he'll get out, the next time he's up. Who knows? But that is the truth. And the dude got 25 to life. And he was in a legit self-defense situation. But he had already messed up. He was in the self-defense, was in a situation, he was in the committing a crime. So this youngin', hey, he did the crime. He wanted to be gangster. And there's so many of them out there like this. Everybody wants to be gangster until it's time to actually pay the piper. Everybody is hood and gangster and all this other kind of stuff. Even kids from the suburbs. They out here throwing up gang signs and all this other type of foolishness until it's time to suffer the consequences for their poor decisions and their bad behavior. And then the fact that you got all these people out here caping, when there was just a case not too long ago, 10-year-old unalived his little cousin. I don't see BLM. I don't see people out here caping for him. Out in Chicago, weekend before last, Juneteenth weekend, they out there and shot up the place. I ain't hear anybody out here marching and caping for any of those folks, those culprits. We could go all year long. There's been all types of crazy. Memorial weekend, craziness. Don't hear folks caping. Don't hear that going. BLM, the NAACP ain't coming to their defense. Nah, these people are opportunists, man. They're race grifters. And Booker T. Washington, this brother on this side, Booker T. Washington, he talked about these people. There is a certain sect of people that get paid. They make a lot of money keeping the past in the forefront of the people, and not pushing people to do better, be better, to think better, because they make money off of it. Simple as that. That was a paraphrase. But this race hustle, it's a billion-dollar industry in the United States of America. People are writing books. They're doing speeches. They're getting movie deals, documentary deals to keep this race hustle and to keep this racist ideology alive and well here in the United States of America. Thomas Sowell said it. It's like racism, it's not dead, but it's on life support. And it's on life support because you got folks that make money off of this that don't want to let it go. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into this video from Uncle Dennis Sperling. I'm going to drop the link in the description box below if you guys would like to check this out without my commentary. Let's go.
Welcome to the broadcast, sir. What would you like to add to the conversation? Hopefully you have some criticism too.
Yeah, I just feel like you made a lot of assumptions, saying with the touch and him admitting that he murdered someone. He didn't admit to the police officer in the police report that he murdered someone.
Yes, he did.
Because if you look at the when they had the police body cam, and he said, I didn't. He says he okay. he asked if he was okay. So he was even aware that Austin had died. So he wasn't admitting to the police officer that he murdered anybody. And then,
But he did admit that he said, it's not alleged. I did it. That's what the dude said.
as far as like the touch me, you're saying it in such a monotone way, like he touched me, like, or a cavalier way. But he may have been emotional when he said it, and maybe not picked his words the best way. But he just stabbed somebody, and he's going through a lot of trauma in his himself. It takes a lot to stab somebody. It's very intimate. And so a 17-year-old boy who has no history of violence and no criminal record, for him to get to a point where he would stab someone in a public place like that in the chest, he was scared. And so you're picking apart things that a 17-year-old said, but he didn't say like he shouldn't have touched me or in a cavalier way. You don't know how he said it. He could have said it in tears. And what I gather from the police officer's statement, Karmelo was in tears and he was emotional. So I think it was more dramatic. Like he should when he said he shouldn't have touched me. And so I feel like you're just taking a lot of things, just making it seem so simple. Or when you say he was sitting down and a touch shouldn't mean you get murdered. We don't know how he got touched because he didn't testify. That's a valid point. That's his defense. That's on his defense. But from what I gathered from a couple people, they said that he was pushed back, and then someone said he lifted him up. And so we don't know what really happened in that tent. But for this to go down like it did, a lot more than a touch happened.
21 people said the same thing, to include the witnesses from the defense. It's hard to get 21 people to tell the same lie. It's very difficult, especially young people. But to be honest with you, anybody. It's hard to get 21 people to tell a story in the exact same way. Very difficult. And that's what happened.
Okay. So are you saying that Karmelo Anthony didn't murder Metcalf?
As far as I know, it was self-defense. So
no. That's not what I'm asking.
He died due to the...
Did Karmelo Anthony plunge a knife in Austin Metcalf's chest and he bled to death? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. When you kill another person, is that called murder?
Depends.
So is your opinion is no.
It depends. It depends.
I'll let you talk, brother. I'll let you talk. You got to answer the questions. If we're going to get there, we got to get there together. So
right
you're saying there's a difference between murder and killing?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Murder is if you kill someone on accident with your car, like you hit and kill a kid in the crosswalk on accident, you kill somebody. You didn't murder them.
Okay. So
now if I go if I go stalk my neighbor and stab her in the throat, I've murdered her.
Let's stop. Are you saying that Karmelo Anthony accidentally killed Austin Metcalf? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
How do you know this information?
That's based off the information I have.
No. How do you know this information? Because my understanding is that Karmelo Anthony never took the stand.
Got you. Based off of the information that I have,
because I could just
from the transcripts.
What transcripts from where?
His trial.
So you have the transcripts from the trial.
Well, whatever
court reporter put together. That's what you have already.
No. But whatever court team put together, the reports.
Slow down.
We have access to.
Hold on, brother. Slow down. Because the appeal, the appellate, they haven't even paid for the appeal yet, so the transcripts wouldn't be.
Well, I meant what we got from reporters.
You can't cut me off. I'll let you talk. And now I'm going to say this, and then you can speak. So we don't have the official transcripts from the court. So when you say transcripts, what I'm asking you, let me finish, sir. Where did you get this information from that you referred to as transcripts?
From the different reporters from Court TV. I've been following it, and I believe his name is Cody. So I've been following his notes.
So you got hearsay. This is hearsay. This is not acceptable.
That's all you have. You have nothing more than what I have.
This is not what the jury heard. Okay.
You don't know.
I'm going to tell you what the jury heard, sir.
You have hearsay too, so don't act like you have some kind of authority. You don't. We got the same information.
Sir, no. The jury heard 20 witnesses from the prosecutor. They heard 4 witnesses from the defendant. And based on that testimony, they determined that Karmelo Anthony was guilty of murder. That's what they determined. Okay?
Okay.
You weren't there. I wasn't there. All I'm simply trying to do is explain to you why they arrived at the murder conviction.
You don't know why they arrived at anything. Like, it could be all kind of, those people, they all know each other. Those people have to live in that county. And so
do you have any proof?
It could have been intimidation. It could have been anything. We don't know.
Sir, do you have proof that all these people know each other?
And you don't have proof that they don't.
Sir, you made the accusation that they know each other.
You don't know. What I'm saying is we got the same amount of information, and you make a lot of assumptions. You don't have any authority.
Sir, I don't have to prove the negative. All I'm asking you is to answer the question that you presented. You said all of them know each other, and I want the proof that they know each other. That would be great grounds for appeal.
And you don't have proof that they don't.
No, I'm asking you, sir. I'm asking you, do you have proof that all of the people know each other? The jury, are you saying the jury knows? They knew each other?
I'm saying that they're all in the same small place. And it's something this racially
ain't nothing small about Texas. Collin County is not a small county.
Provoking could cause a lot of problems for a lot of people if they got out of line. And so we got to call a thing a thing.
I'm going to ask you again, brother. Do you have proof that all these people, the jury, they all know each other? Yes or no?
I'm talking about the community. It's not. I'm talking as a whole, the community.
Okay. Well, let's try it like this. So you're saying the community wherein Karmelo Anthony lives, they all know each other. Everybody knows everybody.
Pretty much.
So did Austin Metcalf know Karmelo?
So I'm not saying like every single person. I'm saying like it's 1 degree, 2 degrees separate.
Respectfully, sir.
Respectfully, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You're doing.
No. I don't. No.
You know what I'm saying.
Put you on mute.
1 degree separation, 2 degree separation is a small town, and to go against the grain will cost you.
Texas is not a small town. Now let me go back to you said everybody knows each other, but when I asked you the question whether or not Karmelo Anthony knew Austin Metcalf, you didn't respond.
What I'm saying, it's not a big. They've had matches together. People know of each other. It's not.
Isn't it crazy how people that's never been to Texas, they ain't been to Collin County, they don't know much about Frisco, but it's a small place. Are you kidding? There's nothing small in Texas. Are you kidding me?
It's not rocket science. You know what I'm saying? It's a small town. 1 degree, 2 degrees separation. And so if somebody got out of the line, it ain't gonna take long for it to get around town. Let's
entertain that line of reasoning. They all know each other. Does that erase the dead body?
No, the boy's dead. But from some of the choices he made.
Let it go back. Let's go back. Can we agree that that Karmelo Anthony stabbed Austin Metcalf?
Absolutely. R.I.P. Metcalf.
Okay. So we agree that Karmelo and that stabbing was resulted in that Austin Metcalf's death, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think that Karmelo Anthony should be held responsible for that?
From what I understand, it's self-defense. No. Okay, let me. No, you're cutting me up. Let me answer you.
All right, you saying it's self-defense. Please explain to me why you believe it's self-defense.
I believe it's self-defense because it was 2 of them. Karmelo Anthony, this is a $130, like 5'8", something like that. These dudes are like 6 foot, 215.
Dude weighed in at almost 160 pounds, and I think they had him listed at 5'10", 5'11", somewhere in that range. They make it seem like this dude was like some little tiny guy. And the thing is that what does it matter? What does that matter?
and it was twins. And the way and he was sitting down, they walked over to that man, and they were standing over him, and they were aggressive with him. And so, absolutely, they put his hands on him. Austin pushed him, and we don't know to what degree, but it was enough to where that 17-year-old boy felt like he had to stab that boy to get him up off of him. And it was some people say that's not the same kind of force. Well, no, I feel like Karmelo, he evened the playing field. He had two dudes that were way bigger than him in his face, and pushed him, according to some of the prosecutors on witness, picked him up as if it was a football drill. So yeah, it was definitely self-defense.
Just for the folks, these are my two sons here. At the time, they were 15 years old and 14 years old, and they were about 140 pounds each. But go ahead, keep talking, brother. Go ahead.
That has nothing to do with anything.
No, I'm just letting the video play. Please continue telling us.
No, I mean, why do we have to see? Why do we have to see your sons?
Because it's my show.
I mean, but I'm just saying. I'm asking the question.
Yeah,
why?
Because it's my show.
Because you said we didn't bring up any other cases, and we're talking about the facts. But now, how convenient! You can pull up a video of your kids. They have nothing to do with anything. You have a weird bias, bro.
Okay, here's the thing. The whole point is that they're saying that Karmelo Anthony should have been afraid because the other boys were bigger than him, because he was only 14 or 15. And I'm pointing out to you all that 14 or 15 years old, and my son is 13 on this right here, and he's bench pressing 205 pounds, and he was only about 150 pounds at that point. So what I'm saying is size doesn't matter, okay? That's my whole point. And the jury felt the same way. So here's another thing.
No.
Obviously they did. They convicted him, didn't they?
Bro. Size can't matter. Good that your sons took karate.
No, it's not good. It's part of manhood training, as far as I'm concerned.
That has nothing to do.
It's one of the things that I think is very important, because conflict happens, and you don't want your child to over respond. This is me, by the way, in a match. You don't want your children to act emotional because they've never had to deal with conflict. They've never had to be in a fight. That's why you should train your boys to control their emotions, practice self-control. You should also train your sons to be able to deal with physical violence. This is necessary. Part of the issue that we have in the Black community is that we maintain our boy children. We don't actually raise them with the things necessary for manhood. That's part of the problem. Now, this is my son fighting a grown man who's a professional MMA fighter. That's my son in the black. At that point, he was 15 years old, and he beat him. So I don't want to hear about, oh, he was afraid because there was multiple people. He was afraid because they were bigger than him. That's not what I want to hear, and I don't think the jury went for that either. Okay? I'm just telling you what the jury saw. Okay, you might not agree. Let me turn you back on.
Here,
go ahead. I'll turn you back on. I'm just telling you what the jury said.
I mean, it's very funny that you mute, because you overtalk constantly. And
it's his show.
Yeah, because it's my show. I can keep over talking you, brother. And I let you talk for the first 5 minutes. You can't overtalk me on my broadcast.
And you hadn't said anything of substance, other than the fact that you think that Karmelo Anthony was a punk, which, unfortunately, there's a lot of these young YNs that are punks. They can't fight, so they immediately go to weapons. And this whole thought that, Karmelo was being jumped. I mean, seriously, some people say 2, others has said 4. Do you honestly think that you'd be able to grow into your bag and grab a weapon if you was getting your tail whipped by 4 different people? Like, come on, man. I grew up in an area where you would get jumped on. It'd be very difficult if that was to happen. 4 people commence. You ain't got time to, but you would have been displaced from your bag, especially if it was laying down in the daggone, if it was in a, what do you call it, in the bleachers, some daggone where, whether he crawled back to the bag. That ain't what they said. They said the dude was there, got nudged, grabbed it, reached down into his book bag and with the work. That's what was said. I can't stand people like this, man. We got to finish this. I can't stand it. I can't stand these weak beta dudes that are out here trying to defend this piss poor behavior. What are you trying to say, that, you know, Karmelo, he had no choice because he was a punk? I can't stand it, man. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, he gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked death from my breath, put power in my step.